Okay, so the materials that I'm using today are this Crayola Super Tip marker, but you can use any marker or pen that you'd like to. I've got this sheet full of guidelines that you can download. And then I am also going to be using some tracing paper. You do not need this. You can write straight on the download that you print out. I just like to use it so that I can put it on top and use these more than one time. Plus, I love how smooth the tracing paper is, and I love using a clipboard to hold it all together. So today we are going to be going over some basic things that are really going to help you feel confident and learn how to vary your letters and create some variations so that you can create unique lettering and have fun with it. So here you can see it says medium midline, and we've got the baseline, the cap height, and then right here I've created the medium midline right in the middle. So this is where all of your letters would cross or come to. Now next I have a low midline, so I brought it down a bit and you can see the difference. And I also created a high midline, and these all look totally different and give you a different feel. Now, to create even more variations, you can do a nice thin, skinny letter, and you can also do a wide letter, but this skinny letter and wide letter are both using that midline that's right in the middle. And do a skinny one here, and a wide one, and these are both using that lower midline. Here we're going to do skinny way up here and wide like this. So you can see that by varying the midline and varying the width of the letter, we've created 9 completely different letters. Super fun to just start thinking out of the box and getting a really good foundation for not just your print lettering, but we'll get to that. The other thing to keep in mind is that when you are doing your print lettering, it helps to keep it uniform. So you do not have to do this, but if you want it to look cohesive, you can have all of your midlines be the same on your letters. Now, for example, we'll come down to this lower midline, and this is going to come down lower, and same with the A and the G. So when you're doing your print lettering, you can think about this. None of these are better than another one, it's just a personal preference. If you've seen my lettering, my print lettering, I most of the time use a lower midline. I just like the way that it looks. But all of these are fun, and you can really change the feel of how your lettering looks. So the other letters, you can go through the whole alphabet and just think of all the letters that this would apply to. We won't go through all of them. I'll let you do that for practice, but you can see that you're just gonna keep that, and it really does help keep your lettering really cohesive. And again, these are not rules you have to stick to. It's just something to be mindful of. Let's see what else. I'm just showing you a little variety here of how the different letters will use that midline. So like the M would come there. And these are just, a lot of lettering ends up kind of looking the same, and it's just fun to have some tools to vary your lettering and make it look unique. And maybe your style is that you love to vary it. So one letter has a really low midline, the next one has a really high midline. But either way, you'll know what you're doing and that you're choosing to do it that way. It's kind of like learning the rules and then breaking them. So here we go. Nice and high. So you can see how these just have a different feel to them, but they all look cohesive. And you can definitely come over here and see how we did the thin and the wide. You can do that with all of these letters and create something really interesting. So I gave you some more space down here to practice. And these lines down here have the set middle midline, but you can totally vary it on your own. Okay, now we're going to go over some cursive script letters using the same concept. So we're going to start with the letter A, and we're just going to do a simple here, and the cross is just going to come right there, and we'll just see how it looks when we cross it a little bit lower, or when we decide to cross it a little bit higher. So you can just see the variation. And we're just going to do the same thing that we did with, oh my gosh, you guys, how embarrassing. Pretend we didn't do this, okay? Just kidding. I always say, oh, I did that on purpose so that you don't feel bad if you ever mess up or have a shaky hand. Then we're going to do wide. We'll do thin and wide with this low midline, and the same thing. So you can take any letter in any style and do this to start creating just a variety of letters that you can turn to. It's just really fun to make them your own. So it's just something to think about. Okay, so let's do another example with a cursive B. This is in the middle. This one's going to come lower, and this one is going to be higher. So with the cursive, I kind of like this higher midline a little bit. They're both really fun. So then we're going to try doing really thin and really wide. Okay, I have the midline down here. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just copied this. Okay, here we go. We're going to keep going. I just wanted to see if you're paying attention. Okay, here we go. Down here, this is the thin one. And then this is a thick one, or a wide one, but with that lower midline. Okay, now we've got the high midline. We're going to do thin. I'm going to remember. And now we're going to do wide with a high midline. Again, you can call it a waistline. You can call it X height. So those are just some examples right there for you. So if I wanted to come and I wanted to practice some different A's, for example, I could do an A, let's see, like this, and then let's see, I can have it come through here, but then I just on my own want to vary. I want to do a little wider, and I want to do a lower waistline. You can just kind of have fun with this. So you can do a variety of styles and just see what you like. So these are all crossing at the regular midline. On this one, I'm going to have them come a little bit lower. So let's see. So that one's coming down lower. Have this one come lower. And this one come lower. They kind of ran into each other. It's all good. Lower. And then we'll do higher. This one should be a little bit easier. So the problem with the lower is that sometimes it can run into the other little flourishes here. do higher. I'm kind of liking these higher ones. Let's bring that one up higher. And the last one, bring that up higher. Okay, so you can see how, you know, just a little variation in how you're doing these is going to make it look so different. And you can just play around and try different things out and see what you like. This is really just a personal preference. So have fun with it, and we will see you next time.